So what is the plan for Getz? Is it expanding 2 feet either side?
2 feet 8 to the back, and then 2 feet to the front.
Well, we're getting to that in a minute.
I've laid it out. I've laid it out downstairs. No, I've laid it out downstairs so we can actually talk about it.
Right.
I've deliberately done that so we can see. You did an amazing job, Chris, with the volunteers again. I mean, staggering. It is that. I really am speechless of the volunteers, of the work they put in.
Yeah,
and you and Paul, the amount of walking you do round and round with the kids is staggering.
And we never throttled any of them, did we? You know.
Staggering.
Nearly, but we didn't.
Staggering. What I think we have to decide, because I think we're in great danger of what is a volunteer and what is a Railnut. So we need some clear guidance in the future going forward of what makes a Railnut and what makes a volunteer.
Well, I think the Railnuts are the people who come here.
Yeah, but then there's lost.
Hang on, I don't want this conversation now, alright?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. We just need to make that decision. It doesn't make a lot of difference, but it will make a difference going forward in the way that people cost things out. Because we are going to find that people say this many people with the layout. And that's when we've got to decide who we're paying for. Because we're not going to get all of the people that we want to take paid for. So by having some rules, we'll know who they are. And that will be, then we can make a decision who extra we take and pay for. That's what I'm saying. Not now, but we need to make that decision soon. We cannot, Phil and I have looked at the whole situation, particularly in the light of how, in truth, we shouldn't have been at the Cathedral. And because we shouldn't have been at the Cathedral, what we took to the Cathedral was slightly less than we would have normally wanted to do. So if you look at Milton Keynes and Watford, the difference in modelling to me was obvious, and that was because you just
run out of time for the NEC.
Yeah, exactly. We just run out of time. It's like, so it's your argument, Dave. There's only so many hours in a day, and you can't do it. So rather than do that again, I've said we'll build now, but we won't build past a point. So we'll have an aim, and God willing we'll get there, but that aim will be 2026. In 2026 we will not build any more. We might improve, we might change a few things, but we won't build longer. So the railway will go from Rugby, or from the central flyover bridge, and ultimately we'll end at Carpenters Park, which is an extra three boards? Three boards onto...
How come you know all this?
We've gone there because for Chester next year we will take Bushey. To take Bushey we need to add 3 boards to get to 64 feet. You put that on the ultimate layout, which is 2016, because you've added the 6 feet at Watford, which we're talking about today. That gives us all the way through to Carpenters Park, which is the end of the layout. That's it, can't go any further. And that's your 6 boards, which you've already made.
Carpenters Park, that's quite prophetic really, isn't it?
Exactly. We're going to call it Dave's Carpenters Park.
Yeah, right. He said we wanted something spectacular.
Yeah, well that's what we said. So what we're going to do is, we'll take the viaduct, we'll turn the layout so the viaduct goes at that end.
Where the...
where we're not, you know...
Where was the club
Which
was?
viaduct we're talking about?
Bushey viaduct.
Bushey viaduct. Come into Bushey and then go down to Carpenters Park and go. What we decided, because we're looking at Watford this year, Bushey wouldn't be that interesting, wouldn't be that different from Watford this year if we didn't do some work to make it work.
Yeah.
So those extra 3 boards and the bit round Bushey will be the bit that we're doing now, what we're talking about to get to that. Because you can't just, I mean, I think that Bushey is the best station we've ever built. But compared with the Milton Keynes and compared with what Watford's going to look like, it's fabulous modelling, and it's far more scenic the way it's on that curve. But to the average visitor, it's less dramatic. Yeah. So we've got to put that drama in. But we've only got 3 boards. That's it. Because we can't get ourselves in the position that Dave's getting himself wound up about. That we just don't have the time.
I mean, from the comments I've had, let's say from my family or various people who've been talking to, who've been to Chester or whatever, who are non-railway modelling people, the thing that impresses them is Milton Keynes.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I agree with that one. Yeah.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's where, you know, when I came in on that Tuesday and I had to repaint the whole lot because we built it as part of a 208-foot layout. It was quite obvious when you look at it as a 60-foot layout, it doesn't cut the mustard. It's got to cut, you know, that's why we're doing what we're doing today and discussing it. You can't go from what we did at Milton Keynes down to Watford the way it is in a minute, because it's
just not wide enough.
It's just not wide enough. The reason I thought if we stop at Carpenters Park is like, it's a beautiful London Underground station, or was. It's an overground station now, but it's a perfect end. You've hit London. It says there you got Rugby at one end, you got London at the other end. Nobody's ever tried that before. But more important, it's like it's a natural end, and you can take any one of those 5 layouts out any time you want as a 64-foot layout. 64-foot layout.
No,
sorry.
you can take 4 layouts.
I've taken 4 layouts.
First one.
You know, so it was like you can do what you want to do then, because I think we all agree that we must never say never, and I don't know how the cathedral are going to cope after next year. I mean, I really don't, but I think that we should never say never, but I think we need a break from the cathedral, and the problem I think we're going to have with that is the money we've made them, they're really going to miss. I mean, it's going to be a big problem for the cathedral not having a set, but I think we have to have a year off, at least a year, because as I said, 6 boards, that's it. Whatever we do, we can't go back with another layout. That's not possible. So you've got an engine that's big alongside a building that's that big. That's a whole different ballpark for model railways, because we've never seen that before. Even in places like Wonderland, it's not that dramatic, because, and even in Pendant, it's quite a way away, so you don't get such dramatic rise in buildings. So let's go downstairs, or let Dave go downstairs, and let's work out, put this on, and then we'll talk through how we're going to get round it. What's really interesting, I've noticed in the 4 years of the cathedral, the amount of people that now come up to us and say their dad's got all this stuff and has passed away, and what do they do with it? I think that's incredible of our age as well. Suddenly there's more and more.
Mainly steam stuff.
Yeah, mainly steam stuff.
Mainly diesels people want, but steam stuff isn't.
What's the value in the marketplace for the older stock that, say, doesn't convert to DCC easily? Is it still collectible, or is it?
Some of it is, most of it isn't really.
Right.
Well, because new stuff's gone up, it's dragged it up as well. But I always tell people, you've got a load of stuff, it's better to sell 10 and then buy 4 new ones or whatever, if you want to fit DCC, because a lot of stuff you just can't. Well, you can do it, but it's so.
Yes.
See from this side then. Some of them might be a bit tight because I made it off a piece that I had it all. Hang on, I'll just tap that in.
Yeah, isn't that right?
Sums it up exactly.
Yeah, but how did you get the 20 quid in the first place?
She gave it to him, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, go on.
Oh dear. What really is? What really is?
Take it off now, Dave.
I mean, it is brilliant, David.
You're going to have to knock it in. Hold on to them, please. Don't need those.
I'll sand it after.
Give yourself a bit of wiggle room.
I had to use an old leg at home and it's probably a bit slightly smaller than that one. But it's slightly bigger.
What's the plan for today?
I do.
Lots of talking.
Not so too much doing. No, it's just to talk
You going on
about
that side, yeah?
the next 2 years.
Yeah.
It works.
They're clever, them, aren't they? Them screwing fittings like that.
We're not talking about putting
Yeah, oh no, yeah.
Don't make
Yeah.
it.
Not bolts, nuts.
No, that's not strong.
Yeah, I've got some. We put my nash down side in this class.
There's a lot of luck.
Thank you.
No, you won't get on with that, Pete.
Hey!
Yeah. I'll get that off Peter Sanders, don't worry about
Try
that.
anything on that? Yeah, anyway.
Don't know.
Seems to be a lot more glue on this one, Dave.
Yeah. Fucking easy, is it?
I was watching how why this one suddenly got so much glue on it.
Yeah. Let's see how much.
Just here as well.
That's what the last couple of days. Yeah, well,
There's a platform template right there.
Oh, I see, right.
The station building sits there. That's a metre wide or long, whatever you
Oh, that's
call
the
it.
big brown building.
That's the big brown, the
nice.
Iveco house. It's not
Right.
Iveco house
Okay.
anymore.
That's great.
Dave, what's your postcode?
Plus depot, plus collection people.
Yes, that's right.
It sits
And there's a
there.
big car park as well. I know we won't do that, but there's a
No.
big car park on the right.
There's a big massive car park over there.
More cars for you tonight.
Yeah,
Yes.
Chris.
bring it on.
Is your Jaguar dealership going to make an appearance, even though it has closed down?
How's that one closed down now?
Oh, it's BYD now, isn't it?
No, that's the one at Crewe. I don't know about the one at Bushey. Don't know if it's still going out.
We must know someone that can take a photo or tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah, dealership would be
Coming
quite
up.
cool
Yeah.
for your range.
Coming up.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.